Sometimes I just get tired of my own work. Every image that I create begins to look the same as the one that I created before. It may be a different subject, but the lighting looks the same, the setup looks the same, the whole concept looks the same. Everything about the image pretty much begins to look the same as the last one that I created before. When your work begins to get repetitive and it begins to look the same, you begin to get bored of your own work. Because of this, I've been trying to find ways and means to spice up my work so that it doesn't get repetitive. This led me to come across this big Nigerian photographer. His name is Tosin Junayat. With Tosin's work that he creates, I realized that he had a thing for combining different backdrops in his work, which was something that I realized that I was not doing in my photography. I was always using only one backdrop. I'll just set it up and then I'll shoot the subject. But with Tosin's work, he would combine sometimes 2 or 3 different backdrops. So I decided to plan a shoot and see if I can start using these kind of ideas that I saw in Tosin's work, especially with the way that he does the backdrops. I messaged a very good friend of mine and I was like, hey, can you be able to do this for me? She was like, yeah, she's definitely down with this shoot. The only thing was we had to look for the clothes because I wanted to create this vintage fine arts picture using 3 different backdrops. So I looked online and luckily for me I was able to find some of the dress that I was looking for on Temu, right? It was this white lace dress and it just suited perfectly the concept that I was looking to create. On the day of the shoot, I was able to get my friend to come on set. She came. We tried out different stuff. I had a lot of props too that I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to inculcate in this shoot. I had some vintage lanterns too that I was like, okay, cool, this will be something that I could add it in there. And then my dining table, the chair that I used to is like very vintage. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to add all that plus the dress and create this vintage old like fine art picture with her. Being able to combine 3 different backdrops, right? I had one textured backdrop in the middle, I had one on the left, and I had like a brown savage backdrop on the left side of the model, right? And then I placed I even used 4 different backdrops because it was 1 in the middle, 2 on the side, and I also placed 1 on the floor, right? Making it 4 different backdrops. I tried different lighting setup, different poses. I took some of the pictures where I made the model sit on the stool. There were some of the pictures too that I made the model sit on the floor with her hand on that old case. There were some pictures that I also took where I made the model just pretty much just hold the lantern in her hand. And then at the end of the day, we were able to create some stunning images. The images that we were able to create were just absolutely stunning. It just beautiful. I did the shoot with 2 light setup. I had one just to the model's face and I had one just to fill in. I wish I could give a hair light, but the way that the setup was, I was finding it very hard to place a hair light on the model. At the end of the day, with the inspiration and then the idea that I got from Tosin Junayat's work, now it's something that I think moving forward, I'm going to try to inculcate that into the works that I create. Try to combine different backdrops. I'm even going to try combining different colored backdrops in my work because I realize that when you use different backdrops, it creates this depth in the picture. When you only use only one backdrop, sometimes it can be very boring, and that was the problem that was something that I was dealing with a lot, right? But being able to combine different backdrops to the point that you can even combine 4 different backdrops in one image, I realized that it just created this depth in my work, and it made it look more expensive, more it made it heavier, right? There were more depths in the picture. They didn't look very flat, and it's something that I really love, and I think moving forward I'm going to try to inculcate that into my work. So thank you very much for tuning in, and my name is Kwame with KP Media West, and I can't wait to show you guys some of the behind conversations of the works that I create. Tune in, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.